Meghan. I'm not friends with Meghan, but I do think it's...
You met her?
Like, if you don't talk about her, she won't annoy you. And it's like, everyone who talks about her has never met her. And it's like, I don't know why any of you care.
Well, she keeps doing TV shows.
So well, don't watch them then. You do TV shows, lots of people don't watch that either. They get wound up. Just, change channel. There's lots of other options out there.
Well,
it's a self-perpetuating thing. The reason she gets commissions is because people like us talk about it because we get wound up by it. So she gets more commissions.
Is Harry all right, though? Because he looks really, really depressed.
I think he's fine.
Yeah?
I'm sure he's fine, yeah.
OK.
It's not something I'm going to talk about at great length.
OK, fair enough. Well, there you go.
But he's not, when you say he's all right, I mean, he's fine.
But I think that the reason that we talk about her is because she's so jolly annoying.
No, you talk about her because it gets clicks and views and the public are nosy and interested.
No, honestly, I think she's really annoying.
Well, but fine, there's lots of things that's annoying. I ignore them. I find mosquitoes annoying. I don't live anywhere where they are.
But you put repellent on, don't you?
When I'm there.
Sure you own half of Scotland, Archie. I mean, come on, there's quite a lot of mosquitoes.
If you find something annoying, you've got plenty of colleagues you find annoying, you probably don't see them.
So, Archie, I was looking...
We all get on very well together at GB News.
So I was looking in the Daily Mail today when I was with my mum in hospital.
That organ of pro-Meghan truth.
Page 3, I come to Meghan.
Page 3, is it? Page 3 good?
I go straight on and I find something far more interesting. An Aldi meat pie.
Oh, it looks nice, that pie.
Go and buy the pie.
That looks a hell of a lot better than that stuff that on her video.
Anna, the great joy of a newspaper is if you're not interested in an article, you turn the page. I can teach you how to do it. It's amazing.
The clip from the moment this story began, you could feel something different in the air. Something electric, something sharp, something that hinted that for once the smear machine might finally slip on its own oil. GB News thought they were gearing up for another one of their predictable Meghan bashing sessions, the kind they've rehearsed for years. They walked onto that set with confidence, arrogance, and that performative certainty that no matter what they said, the audience would cheer for more outrage. But what they didn't realise was that somewhere in that studio, Karma was stretching its arms, cracking its knuckles, and preparing to show up live on air. Even before the clip went viral, you could sense the tension. Whenever Meghan's name is mentioned, you can practically hear the rattling of the tabloids, the desperation of the commentators, the obsession of those who depend on her for relevance. It's like they become different people, more dramatic, more frantic, more irrational. They twist their faces into exaggerated expressions, their voices sharpen, and suddenly they forget every issue happening in their country because, to them, nothing matters more than tearing down a woman who left their island 5 years ago and never looked back. But on this particular day, something happened that they did not script. They expected another round of mockery, another cheap punchline, another opportunity to use Meghan's name to distract from their own stagnation. What they got instead was humiliation, raw, undeniable, beautifully timed humiliation. The moment the segment started, you could see their usual rhythm. Someone smirked. Someone sighed dramatically. Someone tossed out a sarcastic comment about Meghan's latest appearance, her project, her charity initiative, or even just her breathing, because that alone seems to offend them. And then they invited one more person onto the panel, assuming this guest would continue the pattern, play the game, and help them manufacture another outrage cycle. But this is where everything went off script. This person, bold, prepared, and clearly tired of the nonsense, didn't join the dog pile. They didn't echo the negativity. They didn't repeat the talking points. Instead, they did something so rare on GB News that the entire panel froze. They told the truth about Meghan's achievements, the truth about how unfairly she's been treated, the truth about how the hatred makes no sense, the truth about how the British media built a business model out of attacking her, the truth about how Meghan represents kindness, intelligence, and growth. And the truth that none of these panellists, not a single one, could deny out loud. The reaction was priceless. Their eyes widened like someone had hit them with cold water. Their smiles dropped. Their hands shuffled their papers. Their microphones seemed suddenly too loud. It was like watching a group of actors who forgot their lines in the middle of a live performance. And the cameras kept rolling. One attempted to interrupt, trying to steer things back into the anti-Meghan direction with a shaky, "Well, actually," but the damage was already done. The truth was out. The guest continued, calmly dismantling every lie, every smear, every recycled narrative. And the more calm they were, the more panicked the hosts became. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't the storyline they rehearsed. This wasn't the Meghan bashing they had promised the viewers. And yet, there it was. The great GB News meltdown. You could practically see their careers flash before their eyes. They didn't know if they should disagree, stay quiet, or pretend they hadn't been exposed. They tried to force a laugh. They tried to pivot to another topic. They tried to regain control. But they couldn't, because humiliation had already settled on that desk like a fog. Social media instantly picked up the moment and amplified it. Clips circulated with captions like, "When facts sneak into a GB News studio." They did not expect that, and "The panel malfunctioned live on air." People slowed the clip down, zoomed in, replayed facial expressions, and laughed at the confusion. It became a meme, a lesson, a perfect example of what happens when propaganda collides with truth. The panel had no comeback, because you can't refute reality when it's presented so clearly. You can't debate integrity. You can't overshadow grace. You can't cancel success. Meghan continues to rise, continues to build, continues to inspire, while her detractors continue to spiral on live television. Meghan's glow is powerful. It exposes insecurity instantly. Every time she steps out with confidence, with kindness, with authenticity, the haters crack under pressure. They can't understand how she continues to thrive despite their constant attacks. They can't grasp that a woman they tried to destroy still stands taller, brighter and stronger than ever. They can't comprehend that she simply isn't bothered by them, not emotionally, not socially, not professionally. And that is what hurts them the most. Because Meghan is living a life they cannot touch. A life filled with love. A life filled with purpose. A life surrounded by people who genuinely care for her. A life where her husband cherishes her, protects her, celebrates her. A life where her children grow up in peace, not under tabloid surveillance. A life where she can choose her projects, her partnerships, her passions without needing approval from an institution built on hierarchy and tradition. Every time she succeeds, they crumble a little more. Every time she speaks, they lose another argument. Every time she smiles, their bitterness becomes more obvious. Every time she moves forward, their careers rely more heavily on hatred. And still, she keeps winning. Prince Harry stands by her every step of the way, fiercely loyal and deeply protective. His love for her is the ultimate rebuke to the narrative the tabloids tried to create. He saw their tactics. He called them out. He left the system that supported the abuse. He chose his wife, his family, his peace. And watching these media personalities unravel over that choice is almost cinematic. Harry and Meghan represent something terrifying to their detractors: autonomy, dignity, and independence. That's why GB News treats Meghan like a political threat. That's why commentators act like she personally offended them. That's why they melt down whenever someone defends her, because deep down they know they were wrong. They know they lied. They know they exaggerated. They know they turned a kind-hearted woman into a villain for profit. This live-on-air humiliation was karma in HD. It was every lie catching up to them. It was every hateful segment boomeranging back to hit the people who launched it. It was accountability without anyone having to lift a finger. Just the truth, spoken plainly, exposing everything. And what made the moment even sweeter was how unbothered Meghan was throughout all of this. She wasn't watching, she wasn't responding, she wasn't reacting. She was somewhere minding her business, tending to her family, focusing on her work, planning her next project, stepping into her power while the media spiraled publicly. It's poetic, it's justified, it's well-earned. GB News didn't just embarrass themselves, they revealed the weakness of their entire anti-Meghan machine. A single panellist telling the truth was enough to send them into disarray. A single moment of honesty was enough to destabilise their narrative. A single sentence in Meghan's defence was enough to dismantle years of hatred. That's how fragile their lies are. That's how powerful the truth is. That's how unstoppable Meghan's legacy remains. This moment serves as a warning to every network, every commentator, every grifter who built their platform on Meghan's name. The world is changing. The audience is waking up. People see the truth clearly. And no amount of shouting, sneering or smirking will undo the fact that Meghan is loved, admired and supported globally. Every humiliation they face is one they created themselves. Every meltdown is a result of their obsession. Every misstep is karma catching up. Every backfire is proof that Harry and Meghan were right to walk away. And as long as the media keeps trying to come for her, these moments will keep happening. Because when your platform is built on hatred, collapse is inevitable. But when your life is built on love, like Harry and Meghan's, your rise is guaranteed. And to everyone watching, to the entire Royal Sussex Squad community, to every supporter who refuses to let lies shape the narrative, you are part of that rise. You are part of that truth. Stick around, because the journey is only getting started. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and if you want to support the channel, you can leave a super thanks to help keep these deep dives going. Thank you for being here, thank you for supporting the Sussexes, and thank you for being part of this unstoppable global community. More truth, more clarity, and more receipts are coming in the next video.